Mr. Barnett. First, I'm also like Barnett, I'm not a speaker. I did want to say I really, really appreciate all your organization skills and everybody that's helped you. So, great job. If you could pass on our thanks and our appreciation. We all, just thank you very much. Good job. I just want to really quickly introduce the sheriff of this county, excuse me, and my friend, Jason Davis. Sheriff Jason Davis. He's just going to say a few words. Very brief. Not a place to answer questions at this time because of the dynamics of the situation, but he did want to come down here and interface with everybody, and everybody so far today has been really, really respectful on both sides, and the line between the two sides, believe it or not, we're all Americans, and they're closer than you think. Sure.
Hey.
This microphone's a little tall for me, but hopefully we'll get through this, right? So I am Sheriff Jason Davis of Lewis County Sheriff's Office. I'd like to thank you for coming out here and being peaceful like you are today. That's what we were hoping for, and that being said, we're hoping it continues that way through the rest of the day. I want to let you know that our office's involvement in this, we are trying to stay as impartial as possible. We want to see this through. We want to make sure that for both sides of this, that it comes out the right way. This is a tragic event for both sides, and this is something we don't wish upon anybody. With that being said, this is an ongoing investigation, and we're going to continue to let it happen the proper way with the procedures that need to be taken. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for being peaceful, and thanks for exercising your First Amendment rights.
Thank you for your service.
The next person up here probably doesn't need much of an introduction. This is Sandy Anderson, the Hurricane.
Does this come off? Grab and rip. Okay. I want to thank everybody that has come here today, and you've come so far. Most of you know my husband and I because we've traveled to events that have involved all of you to support you where you have been. And I want to tell you a little bit about my husband. First of all, he loves God. Second, he loves the Constitution. And third, he loves his neighbor. That's why we always go to these events, and we always prove that we are the peaceful ones, because we love our neighbors, and we stand against what is wrong. And I want to talk about what is wrong today. First of all, I want to talk about our local sheriff, Sheriff Giddings. Sheriff Doug Giddings is a very good sheriff. That's why my husband reached out to him, because he knew that he would do what was right. He was pulled over because he was accused of not dimming his lights, and he ends up with a bullet to his face. How does that happen? We should all be upset about that.
Yeah.
He believes in the thin blue line, but not the crooked thin blue line.
Yeah.
He always said, if there were good cops out there, there wouldn't be one bad cop. Because the good cops would prevent the bad cops. They would talk about it. They would bring it to light. I also have some information for everybody. I have right here the information that we all need. We can all go home without knowing the truth, because person had the privilege of seeing it. Pam, I need you up here. Ammon Bundy made the choice that when he was offered to see the videos, he chose no because it wasn't right for just him to see it. It's right for all of us to see it. Except for Eric Parker and the supposed real 3% of Idaho. Okay? So I'm directing this right directly to Eric Parker. How dare you elevate yourself to see that information before even me, his wife, was given that? I have not even seen a police report. And the information that I have seen that's been posted in the newspapers does not have the full report of what I've been privy to. They left out certain parts.
Have you?
How dare you, Eric Parker, think that you're above all the rest of us and can have information that we are not. All I have here is your opinion. This is what I think of it. And your interpretation. It's garbage to me. It means nothing. Someone please pick that up because I don't want to be accused of polluting. That's why they call me the hurricane. You don't want to make me mad. The most important thing that I really need to talk about is my husband's health. That is first and foremost on my mind and what he needs. He was not getting the care at the hospital that he needed. Because of the COVID, I could visit him in the morning, and I had to leave every night at 7 p.m. so I could go out into the public and be exposed to the COVID and bring it back to him in the morning. And then I would discover that he wasn't getting the meds that he was supposed to be getting at night. He wasn't getting the eye drops that would prevent him from being blind. And then I found out he had to change his own bedding because he had night sweats, and the nurse, it was beneath her to come and change his bedding for him. All I wanted was to get him home where I could take care of him and get him healthy. If they wanted to arrest him, they could have done it afterwards or put a bracelet on him to keep track of him. But instead, they arrested him, took him to Spokane, where I was not allowed at all to visit him. He couldn't call me. I couldn't get letters to him. I couldn't get notes. I asked them at the front office, how do I get a message to him? We don't give messages here. I said, how do I get some information to him then? It's called the United States Post Office. They were so rude. So he got transferred to Lewiston, Nezperce County Jail. They did the best that they could for him, but unfortunately his medicine did not follow him. And so he wasn't getting the medications again that he was supposed to. His eye was crusted over and oozing. The eye that he might go blind in if it's not treated properly. His nurse did the best that she could. They were good to him there. They allowed me to see him on a screen that I could barely see him on because it sat so high up. And the video that the camera was so high up that I had to sit at a crouched position because the chair was so low I couldn't even see the monitor. All I could see was his forehead because he was so weak he couldn't hold his head up to talk to me. His nurse was really sad the next day when she said, I'm sorry, I did all I could to keep you here, but not a single doctor in Lewiston will touch you because of liability. Would that have happened if he wore a badge? So they transported him to Idaho County, a teeny tiny jail that There's no way that they can handle his medical there. Again, his meds did not follow him. And each time that he's transferred, he has to see a new doctor to re-diagnose him and give him different medicines. So he's not getting the original doses or the original medicine that was required from the hospital. They again were good to him there, surprisingly, because everyone was afraid that they would hurt him because it happened in Idaho County. Like I said, the sheriff there is a good sheriff. That's why he reached out to him. Again, he was transferred to Kootenai County, which is 6 hours away from me. He's closer to medical, but again, his medicines didn't follow him. And I forgot to mention that when he was transported to Idaho County Jail, they did take him to the doctor there, and he was diagnosed with an infection because his white blood cell count was up, and pneumonia. He waited all evening to get his first dose of the antibiotic. They transferred him again to Kootenai County. After only a few doses of his antibiotic, I have no idea how he's doing right now. I imagine that he's seeing a different doctor and getting different orders and not receiving the medicines that he needs. I don't know if they're trying to kill him, but this is not right. The attorney petitioned to have him released to me because it seems the only person who can take care of him and love him enough is me. I can get him to his appointments that he needs. Put a bracelet on him. We live a couple doors down from an Idaho County deputy. Let him check on him all the time. But right now, in his weakened state, he couldn't go anywhere even if he wanted to. Do your charades in the courts all you want, but do it after he's healthy, not after you've killed him and put it out in the news media, the lies. We want the truth.
Yep.
Again, I thank you on Sean's behalf for being here, for supporting him, and letting him know that you love him. With that, I want to introduce Diego, who agreed to speak. God bless America.
For anybody else coming, just grab it.